do I feel good today? What is up, DTL Universe? This is your sports and sports betting brand of record. We call it Driving the Line. We're here live every single weekday on demand on the weekends, and we just try to make you smarter every single day and also get your day started off in a positive fashion. And the last 24 hours for us have been very, very, very fun. Now, who gets the 15 seconds today? Oh, look at that. We told you yesterday Soupy could hit his Royals first five. That happened. The Guardians would come back at the end of the game with the bullpen. That happened. Very, very nice. If you're going to cash the coach, you did a 3-0. Charles, of course, 2-0. But we are a team for a reason. Now, I can't do without the man who literally grinds 7 days a week. He never takes a day off. We're going to fix that. But he is our five-tool player. And today, oh, baby face once again. AB, good morning.
Morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. Good morning, everybody. Well, I'll tell you who doesn't get the 15 seconds. That's the Los Angeles Dodgers. 0 runs, 0.
Against the Pirates?
Yeah.
Against the Pirates.
Yeah, now you get Skeens today. Good luck.
That dude is an absolute beast. So, AB, before we get to our the crew, they need a bounce back day today. So, we tape Behind the Turnbuckle on Tuesdays, right?
Yep.
And we talked about yesterday on the show that we had this week DDP on the show, correct?
Yep.
So we taped it yesterday, and one of the most unbelievable things happened during the interview. About 30 minutes in, and I'm not going to give it away. People can guess if they want. If you were to predict one wrestling star to just walk into an interview, just walk into an interview, who would you want? Like, just pull a name out of the universe. Who would you want just to walk into an interview?
Gold Dust. Am I close?
Actually, very close. Actually, very close. This week's episode is like nothing we've ever done. It was the craziest thing that I've ever seen. I'll just leave it there. But you guys want to tune in this week to that show, I promise you. All right, now, yesterday, the Howie Schwab crew play of the day, AB. Well, we lost. It was the Reds and the Rockies, and it was a 4-0 final. And I might be going back to that game today for myself. But what are the choices for the crew today?
I can't wait to see the surprise on Turnbuckle. But the Howie Schwab crew play of the day: Braves Red Sox over 10, Cardinals Astros over 8.5, Twins Yankees over 8.5, or the Orioles Blue Jays over 8. Look at that Braves Red Sox, Coach. Last night it was probably 11 Central. Okay, that number was at like 8.5. It has moved all the way to 10 now. It's wild.
That's crazy. You hit that nice last night. You had the over there. I believe it was your crew exclusive, I think. We nailed that in the 6th inning. So if you're not a premium member yet, I encourage you to do so. So much extra content you get over there as well. AB, I literally gave away who walked into the interview, and the chat has guessed everybody. But I even said that your guess was close. I even gave that away. Nobody's guessed it in the chat.
I know. Right. Like I tried to think of something that's close, that there's a hint in there, to work through. Yeah. They'll figure it out.
Yes, they'll figure it out when they see it, when we drop it on Monday.
Which is awesome. Friday, like, it's unbelievable. Like, everybody has to go watch it. That's an unbelievable guess. Like, on top of an unbelievable guess. Yeah.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Corey, you might be onto something. All right. It is that time. We got the best crew in the business. It is a Wednesday. We continue the grind into June. So, AB, if you don't mind, it is now time for the picks. So we're teasing who walks into the interview with DDP, and somebody in the chat guesses DDP. How do you walk into your own interview? This is just bananas. Absolute bananas. All right, two of my absolute favorites on the show today. He is our numbers guy, Rafael Esparza. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. And AB, you are correct. That baseball total is just flying over. The wind is gusting over as we speak right now towards the monster. So I think that's why the big line movement coming on that one. So I think it'll stay flat right now, because I did see some under money come in before we logged in. So I think it will probably stay flat.
And that's why he is our numbers guy. Now, he is our 5-star chef. We call him Chef Chris. You just make sure you're at the table. All right? Chris Bassett. Good morning, sir.
Morning, coach. Morning, crew. Yeah, guys, make sure you're following me on Twitter. I got day 3 of a no-run first inning ladder challenge coming up a little bit later today, so that's been fun.
Quite the tease, AB, a ladder challenge at
Oh,
Seabass
I'm all in. That sounds like something that happened at WrestleMania 24. You know what I mean?
Raphael, go.
Hey, me and Seabass tackled DK DraftKings because they took down first no run 5 innings, and so he emails them, I call them, and they switch it back up. What, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours? Seabass it took them.
Yeah, it was.
And
good.
they did tell me it was
they're still playing around with it. They're still playing with it. It's up, it's down. It's, you got to catch it. They don't want anybody messing with those.
Yeah,
maybe we need.
They're going to move it out.
An agreement between us and DraftKings a little more official, or BetMGM, whoever calls us first. I'm telling you right now, getting very close. Do not wait. Do not wait. Raphael, he's got DraftKings on speed dial. Brian in the chat says, use some Bassett blend spices last night for the first time. Really good. Oh, glad you enjoyed it, Brian. Look at all the sales you're getting, Seabass, from driving the line. I love it.
I'll tell you, at the end, I got something else later, too.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just dropping everything today. Just seasoning it all.
He's dropping it all. Well, how about we drop some first threes to start that, if you don't mind, because I love these, because you're impatient and our fans love it. So let's start right there. Give me all 3 of yours.
Let's go then. All right. So first up, we already mentioned a little bit. Paul Skeens on the mound today. So I like the Pirates here. Listen, both of these teams, the bats have not been hot lately. Both starting pitchers today, Skeens and Paxton, over 3 ERAs. However, at home, Skeens has only allowed 1 run. Paxton's allowed 7 in 6 starts. So maybe the Pirates sneak one in here. I'm going to take them. They're minus 110, still. They're dogs still at minus 110. But also in that game, I'm going to take the under 2.5 runs for the first 3 innings as well. And then over in Colorado, we got the Reds and Rockies today. Dakota Hudson at home, 7.43 ERA. He's given up 10 runs in 5 home starts. So I'm going to take the Reds on the first 3 money line as well.
I absolutely love it. AB, we've got an issue. We have an issue.
What up?
So a couple weeks ago, Seabass called in sick because he had to go to something that was very important to him. And we were cool with it because he told us that, right? But what he didn't do is then show up in the chat on the day that he go, I'm busy, I can't make it. So DG is normally here on Wednesdays. So guess who just popped into the chat but was busy today and couldn't be on the show?
Looking live from Paducah, Kentucky, I understand.
Yeah. Sorry to miss the show today, but wanted to stop by and say hello. Thank you, Raphael.
I'm pretty sure. You talking about when I was at the graduation?
Yeah, I'm saying that you're legit because you literally had to go do something. He called in sick, and he's still here during the show.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's the graduation. I was in the chat too. It was a graduation.
Well, but you're not helping me, see.
Wait a minute. Yeah, no. DG, what are you doing here, buddy? You can't make the show. What's happening? What's going on? All right, sorry.
Storyline we're going with.
I forgot about last week. Damn it.
It's all right. All right. We're gonna stay with baseball. I'm gonna go next. I was 3-0 yesterday. I nailed every single analysis that I had. So today we're gonna do it again. Reds Rockies under 11.5. This is a getaway day in their minds, and the Reds have a pretty good pitcher on the mound that just hasn't pitched that well this year. But today, they don't want to be out there for 4 hours. They don't want to score a bunch of runs. We're going to go under. And yes, I know I hate unders. Go buy yours right now at the merch store. 11.5 even money there in Colorado. Then we're going right back to the well. Who said you can't cash multiple days in a row? The Royals are struggling. We're getting this price because they're putting decent pitchers on the mound like last night. But Brady Singer can't pitch the entire game, and eventually the Guardians will get to that bullpen, and they will cash again because they're the best team in the American League Central. They are 40-20, a full 20 games over 500. They're hot. Let's cash that train. All right, now I'm done. Seabass is done. And AB, we have another person who didn't show up today too, Charles. And apparently he texted me. He said, I'm so hot right now, Coach. You just read my picks for me. I don't even need to bother to be there. That's how hot he believes he is. What the hell is going on around here?
Yeah, well, we said it yesterday. He lives inside the eye of a hurricane. So, the Wi-Fi gets a little tough every now and again.
And sometimes I laugh because it bothers him so much. He gets so pissed that I just laugh and he goes, oh, this stupid weather again.
You can tell. Look, I figured it out. You could tell from the very beginning. Like, if you time how long the delay is on the answer. Like, that's when you're going to know. Yesterday, it got almost like 7 seconds, which on, TV is an eternity.
It did feel like it was like 8 seconds the last couple of days.
You could ride a bull in that.
Everybody in the chat, you've got in my head now, Charles literally making picks inside a tornado. Charles putting up sandbags around his bunker. Charles is in the hurricane. You guys are amazing. The chat is absolutely amazing. All right, Raphael, let me come over to you. I can always rely on you to tackle the suddenly, it's the most physical league in the world. Angel Reese tossed WNBA. Front page news again. Terrible. Angel Reese. It was about one game, wasn't it? It was just about one game. Stop it. Raphael, you're up.
And Lonzo Ball paying her fine. I don't even know Lonzo Ball still played for the Chicago Bulls or still plays in the NBA. So that's kind of, I wish he would pay some of my fines, but I'm going to take the LA Sparks team total under 76.5. The Sparks offense has been pathetic. They lead the league in under games. I just don't see them scoring that much. Their last 21 home games, 16 of them have gone under the total. They're only averaging 77 points per game. 4 out of their last 6 games have hit this prop number. I see them struggling tonight. I'll take the under 76.5 points team total over the LA Sparks.
Absolutely love it. Is this a big weekend of horse racing?
The Belmont Stakes this weekend, and I woke up this morning trying to finish my cricket odds that I had to do last night, and I get a lovely email from one of my boys who's at Saratoga right now. It says, "Hey, Churchill Downs Race 8, really love this horse going on there." So I want to say the $20 win place on the number 3 Beeline, but he actually likes the 6 horse 6-1 Otto the Conqueror. I remember betting his dad Street Sense many moons back, cashing great tickets. He's on a race today, so I'm going to take an exacta box, taking Otto the Conqueror, who's 6-1, but I think Beeline wins, probably the favorite. So I'll give me a $10 exacta box, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then again $20 win place on a number 3 horse Beeline.
I think it'd be a very appropriate time to ask one very simple question after all that just washed over you. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. That's next level kind of stuff right there, ladies and gentlemen. Next level. Now, you guys know Charles is next level, and we have a bunch of international friendlies today, and he loves Denmark and Sweden, both teams to score. Now, the first game starts at noon Eastern time amongst all these friendlies, so don't get shut out. It's day soccer, 2 of our favorite words on a Wednesday. Denmark, Sweden, both teams to score minus 130. All right, AB, I'm absolutely loving what your recap screen is looking like. So please, sir, we're all going to back up. The floor is yours.
First off, I remember Street Sense, the horse. That's fantastic. That was his dad. That again, it proves Raphael knows just so much about it. All right, baseball, Major League Baseball. Let's first start there. We're gonna go Paul Skeens to record the win against the Dodgers today. I love everything that Seabass has put together. I completely agree. I'm gonna go with the full game here at plus 185. Take my shot. I think the Skeens has just been. I mean, Seabass broke it down. He's been dominant at home. I think it continues. The bats for LA just seem absolutely dead. So give me the big dog here to get that win at plus 185. Now, let's go to college baseball. So what you're seeing are super regional winners, and the juices are out of control. That's why we are parlaying them. All right, we're going to go Texas A&M and Virginia, both to win their super regionals at minus 110. We're also going to go Florida State and Clemson to win their regionals at plus 110. Here's the last one. All right, this one has risk. NC State and Tennessee to both win their super regional. Now, I don't think Tennessee has much of a risk against Evansville, but NC State is plus 120 on its own. All right. They're on the road in Athens, Georgia against the Georgia Bulldogs. This is the toughest super regional to pick. So if you're looking to stay risk adverse, might lay off this one. All right. I'm taking a shot here because, quite frankly, you're just betting on NC State and Georgia. Tennessee should handle its business. But understand, Georgia playing at home they could score 50 runs at any moment, right? It is the best of 2 out of 3. So if you're saying risk adverse, you can back away from that one. We'll have more, but also understand there's not a new bet, but there for the super regionals, there is a different way to bet it. We're going to talk about it today at 3 p.m. Eastern, live show breaking down all of the super regionals. You could bet, do these series go over or under 2.5 games? You don't even have to pick a winner. Just will a team get swept or not? And you could do it for every single super regional out there. So we'll go through all of them at 3 p.m. Eastern today, but just want to get a little appetizer out there for some super regional winners.
I love when you tease a show later in the day right here on our YouTube channel. We got you covered top to bottom, left to right. By the way, while you were being serious, AB, while you were trying to help the audience, my arch nemesis and our boy DG in cahoots in the chat. Because Big Cheesy says Reds Rockies going to score 200 runs today. I see you, Big Cheesy. He also says we need the Church League MVP. He owns Coach. I mean, it takes at least 2 of you to go after me, Big Cheesy. We know that. And you can take all the shots you want. But you and I both know at the end of the day, until your 49ers do anything other than pay Christian McCaffrey $19 million a year, you got nothing on me. Nothing.
I will say this. The 49ers did pay this offseason?
Who's that?
That's a certain Jawan Jennings Jr. Already got him that extension. Our big dog. Yep.
Big dog eating. Big dog is eating. Now, the big dog in L.A. has always eaten. And there is a story that continues to be a story. And I don't know why it's not a bigger story. We're going to talk about it right now as the NBA Finals. Well, they start tomorrow night. Thank you, Lord. But it's time to educate, entertain. Oh, better days ahead. The new mascot of DTL.
Whoa.
Now, what's the name, AB? You never told us the name.
His name is Harley. And he's going to take off now.
Harley?
Look, he'll go up the stairs. He's done. He's had enough.
You say Harley?
There he goes. Yeah, Harley. Like a bike.
You're not going to believe this. Do you know what my middle name is?
Harley.
It is. It is.
All right.
We were all named after our grandparents, all 4 of his kids.
Yeah.
And my grandfather's name was Harley Coachman.
Yeah.
Our dog. That's bananas. All right, there we go.
Hey, that feels
There
like
we
good
go.
luck.
I'm named after turtles.
Oh, all right. Better days ahead says, gotta love that DTL universe. Aren't just moving lines. We're getting betting options put back on the books. My guy knows people at these sports books. That's why I tell you all the time. This will be your only stop in the next year or two. The only one. I promise you. The only one. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and AB, I'm going to start with you because this will long-term affect everything in the NBA. And it's bananas to me what's going on, and maybe I'm the one, and please educate me, AB, if I am not. So JJ Redick is calling the NBA Finals. He's one of those special people. When I was at ESPN, it happened all the time. You have somebody come in, and they are the flavor of the month. He's got 1,000 podcasts. He is doing one with LeBron James, and yet it came out today that he will, in all likelihood, be named the next head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. He was asked that on the Golick Show this morning. He said, I will address that after the series, after the season, which means, yes, I will be the next coach. Is it bananas to me that the guy who's dictating this entire thing is doing a podcast with JJ Redick, and yet it continues on? No?
No, look, here's the deal. All right, first off, I just said that it would be risk adverse to stay away from betting against Georgia, and I picked up a bulldog, so I don't think that that's good luck for that. But no, like, here's the deal, man. Like, there's so much going on. Number one, the NBA doesn't really like this kind of no sport does this kind of like conversation that's not focused on the NBA Finals. So they're doing this and leaking it out, but not saying it officially. And then number two, JJ Redick is an employee of ESPN until literally the day the finals end, right? So you've got that working in its favor as well. Like, it's become annoying, right? Like, I've just kind of become annoyed. And look, it's not LeBron's fault because anything the guy does, 8 million people want to talk about it. So it's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, he's not out here doing it. But yeah, man, like it's just odd that like a guy like JJ Redick, who's never coached before, never once, right? Like, this is what we're going to do. Okay. Like, don't complain at the end of the year if it doesn't work. Like, there's a lot of good coaches out there. Yeah, I don't know.
And you could get ahead of the game too. Based off of everything AB just said, Raphael. Let me come to you next. The Lakers did not make the playoffs. They're a team that is retooling. They're a team that needs to attract players. And you don't have a head coach because you're waiting for this guy who's doing it with the guy that dictates everything in LA. It just seems like they're setting themselves up for a failure before this thing even gets started because of one guy. Your take?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, JJ Redick will be the head coach after NBA Game 6 because I think it's going to go 6, not 7 games. But I mean, I just think the Lakers are in a no-win situation, period. I mean, yeah, they don't have a head coach. They really don't have that much cap space or even trade space to try to make a big move. So they're just stagnant. So if you're going to make some moves, maybe make a wrong move just so you can stay in people's minds and mouths and on TV. They're not close to winning a championship anytime soon. We see these two teams in it right now. There's going to be around. Denver's still going to be around. So I just don't see that this is going to happen successfully. But at the same time, I thought Steve Kerr wasn't going to be a successful head coach, and I'm still eating crow because he still has more rings than I do. So maybe something will shock me out of this.
And now he's making over $15 million a year as a coach in the NBA. It's bananas. And Seabass, as I come over to you, Japan says JJ's either going to be the next Steve Kerr or go out like D. Fisher did, but got a couple of opportunities. This whole mess with the Lakers over one dude, am I missing it?
Well, listen, have you listened to JJ's podcast? The guy knows a ton about basketball. He's the perfect fit to be the head coach. That's all you need these days, right? All these guys playing 2K on the video games, they're good for GMs. But in all seriousness, I mean, Redick's not the first guy, right? Steve Nash, he didn't have any coaching experience when he went in. Jason Kidd, he was kind of a surprise, I think, when he went. Where'd he go first? Brooklyn or Minnesota, somewhere like that. So it's not like it hasn't happened before, but I mean, it's LeBron, right? And LeBron he's going to pick his coach every time. I mean, he's done it his whole career. He says he doesn't, but I mean, it all points to that direction. He wants to play the game he wants to play. I don't think he wants to be coached. He had an opportunity to go play in San Antonio with Greg Popovich, but decided he wanted to go to Miami. So I don't know. There's a lot of things. It's all funny, but at the end of the day, it's just basketball.
I saw, and it is just basketball. I saw a report yesterday that I believe it's the Pelicans that hold the draft rights for the Lakers, and they're actually thinking about pushing it back to 2025. So the Lakers would have the 17th pick to then pick Bronny James to feed more into this whole convoluted storyline. And AB, let me come over to you because we talk about LeBron James and Kyrie Irving is going back to Boston tomorrow. There's been a lot of things, a lot of interviews, and LeBron James on the podcast with JJ Redick said that he's pissed off, that Kyrie's no longer his running mate, that he no longer is his guy. And I'm thinking back in history, AB, did not LeBron dictate every single place that he went, and now he's sitting there just like us, not going to the playoffs and lamenting Kyrie Irving? That's another layer of this. Your thoughts?
Well, it's what we just said. Like, is LeBron calling the shots or not calling the shots? Like, that's the part that gets annoying. Like, he's done this his entire career. And look, again, it's basketball, right? Like, so we're keeping it in perspective. We're not like getting like super angry or anything, but it is annoying. Like, he's gotten whatever he's wanted for 20-something years, right? If you want Kyrie, just say it. Everything else that you say happens. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like, hearing what he doesn't get, what he, it never works out for me. Like, dude, stop. The entire league is just, fixated on whatever you want at all times for 20 years. Like, dude, no. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine anyone in the NFL doing half of this for 20 years? He would be just destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
It's Rich Paul. It's Clutch Sports. It's all Rich Paul. He's the guy pulling all the strings. LeBron's just the figurehead.
Well, I'll say this, though. I'll tell you what. You look at John Calipari and his career at Kentucky basketball, and I'm not lying about this. There was, all right, the first half of Calipari when he got every single 5-star that he wanted. That's because LeBron, Rich Paul, and Worldwide Wes were doing his recruiting for him, and somehow Anthony Davis and all these dudes came year after year after year after year. Then when LeBron and Rich and Worldwide Wes stopped, what happened to Kentucky? Yeah,
Toilet.
don't wait. Yeah.
Toilet.
Yeah. Hey, had won a tournament game in 6 years.
That
right?
is true.
So I'll give LeBron and Rich Paul that. Like, the dudes get what they want.
I feel like we hit a little bit of a nerve this morning, and I like this version of AB. I like when he gets set off just a little bit.
It's like, I just, there people who just like, oh, I don't ever get what I want. Like, welcome to life. And yes, you do. Like,
Raphael, let me go. You know what? Actually, Seabass, you already weighed in. Let's come to you next. I know that it's just basketball thing, but LeBron James indirectly is holding up this entire league right now because of the finals and because of this head coaching situation. And I guess as we tie it all the way back to betting, a lot of futures, a lot of things that we don't know about, we can't do either. So he's holding us up. Seabass, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you control everything, you call all the shots. So, I mean, listen, AB's already touched on it. It's been happening literally since the day he walked in the league when they put him on the cover of Sports Illustrated and anointed him the king. This is what kings do. They control everything.
They rule.
That's the word.
So Kyrie has been the guy, and he's been front and center, Raphael. And we're obviously going to look at his props tomorrow as game one comes to our shores. But the fact that LeBron is talking about him and he's going back to Boston, do you think that affects anything at all?
Not really. And I'm going to jump back into the LeBron thing. I hate the name drop, but when I was over at Aria as the director of Racing Sportsbook, Damian Jones and Tyrone Lue were really good people hanging out, watching games in a book. And they always told me that LeBron always reacted on something negative that happened to him. If he lost a game, if he lost a series and all that, he would just totally react, make a decision, make a bad move, say something wrong, and then regret it for the rest of his life. They say he always regretted how he handled the Miami Heat thing. So every time I see that or hear something LeBron says, it always reminds me of them two telling me that he just reacts totally different if something negative happens in his life, and then he probably regrets it. So I think by the time he hangs up his shoes, he's going to regret a lot of things he said, done in the NBA. But for me, for Kyrie Irving coming in here in a series, it's going to be very interesting because I've been saying I think we're going to see the Kyrie Irving from the OKC series. That's why I think the Boston Celtics defense are going to be really, really key. Kyrie Irving is not going to be driving to the lane because 7-footers got pick and rolled with him like he did against Minnesota. He's going to have tough people guarding him all season long. So even though he said the right things, and I agree with Kyrie Irving, boy, has he grown up saying what he's been saying to the media. You know what? I said some bad things in Boston. I shouldn't have done this in Boston. He's just gotten older. We all say stupid stuff when we're young, and now we regret a lot of stuff now. So I like what the words are coming out of Kyrie, but I think his play is going to take a small step backwards than we saw in Minnesota.
Hashtag knowledge is power. Listen to the information. Hashtag it pays to watch live. I'm going to be looking at those unders for Kyrie based off of what my man just said right there. Changes from series to series. It's not always the same guy. I love that attack. By the way, a lot of you think I'm actually going to take Big Cheesy to my country club in 2 weeks when he comes down to Orange County. Now, one person said maybe he could caddy for Coach. I might be open to that. All right, it is time for those of you who weren't here at the top of the hour. Shame on you. Where were you? It is June 5th. Where else do you need to be? Because we're cashing tickets in the whip around. Oh, David says Kyrie Irving. I love the guy. He's just being himself. That's right, David. He's just being himself. All right. So last night, our boy Charles also hit this one with Ellie De La Cruz going yard for the Reds. So who are we going to cash with today? Aaron Judge. Yankees continue to win. Jordan Alvarez. Astros gets a little bit of fire. El Raleigh. Luis Robert. Or Gunnar Henderson of the all of a sudden red hot Baltimore Orioles. AB, let's start with you, big boy, because I feel like today with day baseball, it's going to be a good day for us. Who's going to go to the yard?
It's going to be a great day. Always a great day when you're under the DTL banner here. And you know what? I'm going to give LeBron a shout out too on this. No one in life Sports has been under a microscope like that since he was 17, and he's lived up to all of it. So I got to give him a shout out on that. Like, we're not hammering him completely. Yeah, like got to give credit on that. We're also going to give credit to Cal Raleigh up there, Seattle Mariners, plus 275. I think my man coming from behind the plate is going to get up to the plate, mash himself a bomb. Got a nice pitching matchup today. So, yeah, give me Cal Raleigh, Mariners, 275.
Yeah, the Mariners played really well last night. The A's just underneath that radar, and it's not a good radar. All right, so we got Kyle Raleigh from my man AB. So, Raphael, I'm coming over to you. Who's going to go the yard today?
I'll take the plus 250 on Yordan Alvarez. He's playing against the Cardinals. The Cardinals always throw up long boards. I'm not a big fan of their starting pitcher today, so give me Yordan Alvarez at plus 250.
Are they throwing Mikolas?
Yes.
What's that?
Oh, God, yeah, great call.
All right, Seabass, Chef Chris, where are we going?
Yeah, I was looking at Gunner, but I like Yordan. He's actually the first person I ever picked when we started doing this to hit a home run, and it hit. So I'm going back to Yordan as well today.
All right, there is an algorithm. We don't just throw things at the wall. And this is kind of fun because little known secret, sports betting should be fun. So if you weren't here at the top of the hour, we have just passed the bottom of the hour. It's about 10:32 in the east, 7:30 out here in the west where I'm sitting right now. We go through every single pick, 10 seconds or less for those of you who just simply don't have the time to hang out with us for 30 or 40 minutes, and that's okay. We've got first threes. We've got Seabass. Let's start right there, sir.
Yeah, so we'll start out in Colorado. I like the Reds' first three money line here. Dakota Hudson's got a horrific ERA at home. And then Pirates, Dodgers, 2 plays here. Paul Skeens on the mound, so we like Pirates' first 3 money line. But I also like this under 2.5 runs for the first 3 innings.
Such a smart way to go about it, attacking a pitcher and not the full game. Love those 3 plays. Then I'm going to stay on the diamond myself. If you're going to catch the coach, we did it 3 times yesterday. We're going to go to Colorado under. They just want to get in and get out, in my opinion, under 11.5, even money. And then the Guardians, they're going to do the same thing they did last night, tonight. Weather the storm in the first 5 and then win the game late, minus 125. Now, Charles, my man, he's got 1 play today. Denmark, Sweden, both teams to score, minus 130. That's an international friendly if you're looking for it at your book. Raphael, talk to me.
Now, I'm going to be a little bit confusing right here, but the LA Sparks team total now is 74.5. Some global books have 75.5.
Wow.
I would take the 75.5, not the 74.5. But if it moves to 73.5, which it looks like, because some totals dropped it to 156, I'm taking over to see if I can get a 3-point middle. Sorry for the confusion. Churchill Downs race 8, $20 win place on 3-horse B-line. And get $10 exacta box 2, 3, 4, 6. Per people in the chat, I asked me how much would that ticket cost. If you did $1 exacta box with those 4 horses, it's a $12 ticket. A $10 ticket is $120. I always do $10 just because that's what my master Yoda told me when I first started doing horse racing. I always use $10 and $20 increments.
I admittedly messed up when I played your bet a couple of weeks ago. I didn't really know how to bet it, so it cost me a little bit more money than I thought it would have, but that's on me because I put it in to win and not necessarily to play. So you got to know what you're doing. You got to listen to my guy Raphael because it even cost me. All right, AB, it's always nice to get started a little bit early and also to lean in to your favorite player in all of baseball. You're up.
Paul Skeens to record a win today. Pittsburgh plus 185. College baseball. Texas A&M, Virginia, put those together to win their super regionals, minus 110. Florida State, Clemson, put those together, win their super regionals, plus 110. NC State, Tennessee, super regional winners, put those 2 together, plus 135. Now, here's also the deal. I'm going to tell you this, because NC State, Georgia really is the most difficult to bet. So if you have DraftKings, go to DraftKings, click college baseball, futures, and then you're going to see super regional futures. Click that and you will see bet over 2.5 games in that series. This thing will go 3.
Hashtag educate and entertain. Hashtag knowledge is power. And I just had another idea because the chat, they want all the food talk from AB and Chef Chris. And I feel like we need to come up with something during the summer, during these slow months when there's not a whole lot going on. Maybe like a tasty parlay of the – I don't know what it is. I'm just spitballing here. But between the 2 of you, I feel like we can come up with something food-related.
Betting in bellies.
What'd you say, Raphael?
Betting and bellies.
Betting
There we
and
go.
bellies.
Oh,
There we go.
betting and
I'll tell you what
bellies.
we're going to do is I'm just going to fly up and go to the restaurant, right? And
Oh.
I'm
I'm
just
in.
going to look. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Come on in.
Dude, driving
Yeah.
the line for the entire week from the restaurant.
Yeah, we're going to take
That-
Mims Force One. We'll take Mims Force One. We're going to fly up. Yeah, it's going to be great.
We're going to damage some
A
toilets.
nice little spot we can do it. It's great.
Oh, we're onto something.
Awesome.
I'm telling you. We've got big plans. We've got big plans. All this stuff matters. One foot in front of the other. And these months, if I didn't have these guys, I don't know what we would do. That's how important it is. And we're not stopping. We're going to be here every single day. Boy, I got my head's moving now. My head's moving now. Gentlemen, great day today. We will support you all over social media. Thank you very much. It is now time for the closing bell. Jason says, AB at the Eatery, the next great food show. I feel like you'd be better than Guy Fieri. Like, you'd be way more entertaining.
We'd have some fun. I'll tell you that. And look, the best way to go about it is I like ordering multiple, like the combo appetizers, where you get like 3 different things. You get a couple of those. You really get a good feel for what the restaurant is. I'll say this, what I wish we had, all right, Coach, one day when driving the line, when we're ESPN level and we're broadcasting games, right?
Yes.
Thinking big. All right.
Okay.
ESPN used to have Todd Blackledge do Taste of the Town on college campuses.
Yes.
I loved that segment. It was my favorite segment of all time, man.
He did all of them in all those little college towns where everybody lives, the Knoxvilles and the Lawrences and the Lexingtons. Boy, I loved that. Boy, yeah. I love how you're thinking. We're thinking big. We're not here for fun. It is fun, but we're here to build a network. That's what we're doing. And that is a great idea. So we're going to get there because that's what the chat wants. All right. So it's a bounce back day, AB, for the crew. Where are they going today with the Howie Schwab crew play of the day?
They are going to the Orioles Blue Jays over 8. All right.
Okay.
Smart call. Keep it a number that is manageable here. So going with the over 8, Baltimore, Toronto. Anybody who's picking big gun show Henderson, hit a home run. This will help out everybody. We're all working together, as you say, Coach. Synergy.
Oh, I love when you say it. It makes my heart full. Real quick, for those people who don't know, when do all the super regionals start on the same day?
Yes, they do. So they all start on Friday, and now super regionals understand. So we went for regionals where you had 4 teams in a pod, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's only 2.
2.
First team to win 2 games wins it. So you've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday if necessary. So they all start on Friday. They go to Saturday, go to Sunday. Yep. Very, very simple, much more simple to keep up with this weekend as opposed to last week. Last weekend there were 64 teams
Oh my
going.
God.
It was just madness.
That was bananas. That was absolutely bananas. All right, awesome. And if you're not following our page already, please do so. Turn on the notifications because AB's always dropping content. You just never know. Randomness is his middle name. We know that from the chat. AB, great job by you, big boy. We'll catch you later today. Producer man, thank you for my one shot. Understand sometimes on Wednesdays in the beginning of June, it can really feel like the dog days. You can really say, man, I really got to get through this summer. I need some energy. I need some mojo. That's why we are here, because every day is not like the others. It's not October and week 5. We understand that. But this is cash stacking time. So let's stay diligent. Win a little bit, put it away. Win a little bit, put it away. Get ready for football season. That's what we're doing this summer. Understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. Right, attacker level. The only 5-star chef in the business is right here. Chef Chris. My numbers guy, Raphael. Of course, AB can't do it without him. Producer man, always behind the scenes, making the show look like $1 million. Never forget about Charles. It's driving him nuts when he can't be on the show. And I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you. If you're not a premium member yet, make it happen right here and right now, because we got you covered all the time, every single day. at Driving the Line. Good luck.